Hello everyone, Jeff here for Respawn Studios, back with my third and final collectibles guide for Layers of Fear. This is for Whispers Long Forgotten, which is to pick up every object that brings up words that you have said. There are, to my knowledge, 26 that count in the game. Some people I've seen have said 27 or higher. I'm going to show 27 just because one thing is really crazy, so I want to point that out. But anyway, we're going to go in sequence, so if you want to follow along, pause, come back to it. This is the first one. When you turn on the candles, the paintings burn away, and you put in that combination. There's the ring. That's the first object. A little bit further along, you're in this portrait hallway. One's going to be flung across. You have to push it back on the ground, and then there's going to be the object you pick up. The other good thing about this is, as long as you don't go to a new game and erase your data, you can replay the chapters. And even if you're like you do chapter 2, then 5, then go back and do 3, you'll have all of them accumulated. So the achievement could pop at any point. So if you miss one, you could just replay that individual chapter. Okay, moving ahead on this windowsill here. I'm sorry I talked over like the sequencing for that. Hopefully you saw where it was. On that windowsill there is the brush. Now, the first time you use the elevator, we have come up to like the 4th floor area. The house like is ever changing. All of the doors are locked. As you approach this one at the end of the hallway, you're going to hear an audio cue that a door opened behind you. You come back to that, come in here. There's going to be a key on a small table. We're going to take that right across the hallway to open a door, and this will be our word object. All right, moving ahead, we are now in a long hallway. You're going to know it when you're here. You have to approach this painting with a dog, and it's going to catch fire. Instead of going left, which would continue story progress, go to the right, and in the top right drawer is going to be a dog collar, which will be the word object. And the voiceovers are really cool for them. Okay, this is a small room. You're kind of trapped in here. This is another door you walked by, and then it opened behind you. You have to wait in there as a ghost walks by, bangs on the door, and keeps going. You come out, follow the paint trail to this. The painting's going to change, and then you're going to notice there's a cane stuck in it. You interact with the cane, and that is the word object. All right, now this, I think, is the very end of Chapter 2. You're in the room with the record player. You have to find a record, put it on. That drawer is actually a rat drawing. I was recording all the collectibles at once. But come here to the back left dresser, and there's a violin. That will be the word object in that room. Okay, right from there, do not interact with the portrait yet. I'm pretty sure that when you end the chapter, this goes away because the room changes. So make sure you go to that back left cabinet or dresser, and on top of it is the alcohol bottle. Okay, early on into the next chapter, you're in this 4 intersection hallway. If you go straight ahead here by the light, you're in this very small room. And here in front of the painting is glasses, and that is our word object. Okay, further along, this is the kind of telephone puzzle. As you keep going around and around, you'll start to hear more different things happen. When you look down, the phone's going to be there. Now you start heading backwards where you came from, and then the voice is going to play correctly. It's kind of a slowed down version of your own voice. Now as you're making your way back around, it does take a while. A phone is going to fall and break. You look down and pick up the receiver, and that is your word object. A couple rooms later, you're in this area with the children's drawings. You open up the doors, there's brick walls, you keep going around, the doors disappear. Eventually a door will appear you can leave, but don't. Turn back around as you approach it, and this animation sequence is going to happen with, I don't know, a bear catching fire or something, a horse. But that triggers then this note to appear, this drawing, and that's going to be the word object. And right from here, there's actually another one in this very next hallway. There's a teddy bear, and he's wearing a party hat. Oh, cute. In this very disturbing horror game. So we're going to pick that up, and that's the word object. And while the voiceover is going on, you could manipulate all these objects, move them around. You see there's a frown face in it. It says happy 5th birthday. but it's not a happy message. All right, further along, you see the chalk on the ground. We just came from that room where I'm showing. When we come in here, there's going to be little baby shoes next to this chair on the back table. And now I'm looking forward. The door to the left there is where we just were with the baby shoes. This room with the broken mirrors next. And then in the hallway, you can go left, but that would advance the story. First, come over here to the right, and we're going to have to find 3 checkers to finish the board, or get the pieces to freak out, essentially. And it's going to add a final checker to the board. So the second drawer and the 4th drawer each have one you interact with, and it'll disappear. It'll go to the board. And the final one is on the ground here in front of the windowsill. You see the pieces kind of blew up there, and then there's an extra piece in the middle. You pick up that piece in the middle, and that is it. Okay, this is after the long doll sequence where you run through the kind of maze with the dolls running into drawers and things. You wake back up, and instead of going straight ahead, you turn around, and that is a closet. On the floor of it is that little toy. You pick that up. All right, I'm showing where we come from. This is much later into the game now, I think toward the end of 4. On this windowsill is a perfume bottle. You're actually going to have to pick up a few objects there. All right, this is the one in question I mentioned, where I think there are 26 objects because there's no voice here. But I wanted to show this because it's crazy anyway. When you come out of the kids' room, the bottom of this cabinet is open. It was locked before, but now you're able to open it. There's a shotgun sound like the doll killed itself. It's crazy. All right, so when you're in this room with the painting, don't approach the painting yet because that puts you in like a confined space. First, come over here to this trunk on the right, and it's going to have that kind of dog harness. All right, now in the room, I'm showing that chair. That chair was just flung across the room. When you open the door, you approach this, whoa, crazy glowing red painting with all the black paint. But on the table in front of it is whiskey. All right, this is further along. We are approaching another 4 intersection hallway. You see a rat just ran by. If we go straight ahead, there's going to be broken paintbrushes. When you pick them up, it is the word object. And right from there, we're going to go, that's a dead end, over here to the right. When we open this door, we're going to head to the back of this room, and in front of the fireplace is a broken painting easel. All right, now we have just, when you come back to the elevator, you see like blood. That is if you put it to the right, put it to the left to go down. When you go down, you're in this room. You come to the right to open this trunk, and there's that clock object. All right, further in the game, we are coming out of this broken room here. And in this 3-part hallway where things are always on the windowsill is a makeup compact. Or I'm not even sure if that's the exact term, but I'm going to say it. In this painting room, after the crazy thing with the rats and the fire, there's going to be a dead rat on the back of one of them. Make sure you pick that up. This is in the basement when things really start to go crazy. That room with the crank, I have no idea what that does, so just keep going. And in this room with all of the kind of tarp, black paint, ink, ooze, whatever it is, pretty far down on the right here is a room with a bed. As you approach it, things change. It's on fire. I actually get the achievement here because in my first playthrough, I had picked up the final object, which is a knife. So that's why, to me, I think there are 26. But anyway, whatever. Okay, so a little bit further on is this necklace, which I also picked up the first time. This is the final time you're in this 3-part hallway. You see there's even more black paint. On this windowsill is the necklace. And now the final piece of the game. We're at the end of the hallway here. You can push that wheelchair forward, or that chair with the doll in it. This is the next to last part of the game right here, this hallway. So on the left is the final rat drawing. You're going to see that achievement come up. But here we go, the final piece. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you found this guide useful, and I should be back with more videos soon.